my God, Devon, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? We are officially a real holiday, bro. Juneteenth, we got an ice cream, my G.
I know.
An ice cream?
I know people was upset about the ice cream, which Creamalicious, black-owned company, already had that flavor. Yeah. I feel like that's why Walmart pulled that stuff off. But I'm telling you, the worst thing about it was there was a little kiosk of a lot of Juneteenth plates and all that stuff. And I didn't mind the plates. I didn't mind the cups. I didn't mind the colors. But one of the napkins said, "It's the freedom for me."
I saw that.
That made me so mad because I was like, "God, y'all don't treat y'all holidays like this."
Oh, that shit made my skin. Because I read it in the voice. It's the freedom for me.
It's the freedom for me. But, I'll be real with y'all.
They do treat their holidays like that, though.
What? They be like, for shizzle, it's the 4th? Okay, you're right. They
He's dying and all that shit. And it was
okay. But here's the thing. They do treat their holidays like that, but they don't care about their holidays. They don't really be looking at the 4th of July like, yo, we really escaped. And we earned our freedom from.
Bro, what are you talking about? White people love 4th of July. Are you serious?
No.
They love that shit.
They love. You know what? I'm gonna just go in and show all the screens because Todd just can't get with the whole thing.
He don't know what.
You know what? Hey, y'all, we've got Things with Todd and GodKing Preach.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Go ahead.
Let me just do it. Black and ugly as ever. No. Fuck y'all. Black and ugly as ever. Say you them down to my socks. Oh no, it's them again. It's them boys from In My Humble Opinion. Once again, it's me. It's Avery, like a very nice guy, also known as the Avery. Yeah, that's what I am now. And I'm Vince McMahon. I mean your Houston artist. Me, him, this guy. And I'm here with my brother, Just Devon, ladies and gentlemen, the best writer that I'm related to. Beat that
one. Have you read your uncle's writing? He's like published.
Which uncle?
I don't know, one of them.
Exactly, lion ass nigga.
I'm about to say, James wrote something. Mike wrote something.
Brother don't want me to. I know. I figured you was talking about James, but
one of them wrote something and it got published. So
my brother don't.
Y'all niggas got a smart ass, intelligent ass family.
This is black love.
It's a weird dichotomy though. It's like super intelligent. You know what? Never mind. They listen. Never mind. Yeah. All y'all smart. Even the ones that all y'all smart. But
I'm on the other side. I'm not the smart one. So. This is another rendition of In My Humble Opinion. We are here with two guests. Actually, these guests, I could really like, the word friend gets thrown around. I just like call these guys friends. When I see them in public, it's nothing but love. I genuinely enjoy conversing with these gentlemen. Of course, I know Todd much more than Preach, but every time I see Preach, it's nothing but love, nothing but respect. It's always 100. And I'll be like, well, I like him. And I like their music. That's what's great about them. Quit showing Todd because it's so. I hate his.
I don't know how to show it. I'm not like controlling.
I was literally about to say to bring it back. I was gonna be like, it's the friendship for me, but. Again, back to what we were saying because we know Todd Preach. They here. Let's talk about this ice cream now. Let's go and get this out the way. The ice cream and the napkins. Todd, how'd you feel when you saw them crazy napkins?
It's funny because I gravitate towards things that make me cringe. So like how like people like to watch cringe shit. So like that was probably some of the most like cringy, the most like cringy thing that I've seen in a while. Like the fact that the napkins actually said that, and the fact that like I guess the ice cream is supposed to. So they didn't label the ice cream as a flavor like Walmart. It just said flavor of Juneteenth, right? There was no like, and this is the flavor. It was just like supposed to be the flavor of Juneteenth.
In their defense, I feel like somebody in their marketing department was like, "Oh, they don't name flavors. Like it's not cherry, it's red. So just put Juneteenth on it." That's what they were thinking. They don't know us, dog. They don't know. They don't know anything about us. I'm telling you,
you know what the flavor is, right? You know what the flavor is?
It's cheesecake and red velvet.
It's red velvet cake. It's red.
But here's the thing. I know that's what they were doing. I know that somebody. First of all, I know there was a whole team that put that whole thing together, And I know that whole team woke up that morning and was like, oh my God, why are we getting so much buzz and notifications? They probably thought it was a good thing. And then they was like, wait a minute, they don't like it? They don't like it?
Josh Rabinowitz and Carrie Lansing.
No, that ice cream is the like ice cream embodiment of that picture with Nancy Pelosi and all them on the knee.
That's exactly what that was. And here's the thing about that. I feel like they asked like one black person, but they didn't give the full context.
No,
I do. I think they asked the black person because that's
what
they
asked one black person.
They went up to them like, I feel like Nancy.
They probably asked Ben Carson. They probably
exactly.
No, I feel like they asked a real black person that they knew. They was like, hey, are you cool with red velvet cake? And they was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And walked off. And then the next day they was like, dog, no. Like, ask the whole question. Are you cool with red velvet cake? We made red velvet cake ice cream in celebration of Juneteenth, along with some napkins that say it's the freedom for me.
They said, no, Tyrone said he liked red velvet cake, so he assumed it was a good idea. He liked it. It was his idea.
I saw a tweet that was like, don't Cinco de Mayo my holiday. And I mean, I get it because it's like, after a while, I've said before, they're just going to have sales. They're going to be like, these Jordans came all the way here on a boat.
The commercialization. But my thing is, they holidays are so far. Like I'm telling you, dog, white people ain't mad at Britain. Like it's not like they like.
Nah, they fuck with it, bro. They like. I don't know, man. I feel like at this point, the more I really hope that like we made a big enough deal about it as like a community, like to where they will be like, yo, we won't try this shit again, or if like Walmart is so fucking up their own ass to where they didn't even like see it or care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how you said they woke up to, what if they just didn't even care? What if they was just like,
I like to say I believe you, but it's like every time this pops up, it's always out. Like before yesterday, you would have never thought this.
Never.
Like it's like I wouldn't have, if I'd have known this was coming, I could have been in the Walmart meeting like, hey guys, the ginger ice cream is a horrible idea. That's an absolutely horrible idea. Don't do that. But it's like you left them to their own devices, and they're like, you know, like maybe the black dude was gone that day if he was even in the office. And
the black dude,
the one black dude, just the one.
Hey,
you know, there's just one.
It's the freedom for me.
It's the freedom for me, and you know they was just on Twitter.
Oh my God,
they was a second away from calling it like hot girl freedom or something like that. Like, hey, I'm telling you,
that summer.
Hot girl freedom.
That's all. That's literally all it takes. Like it's like they see one thing. Somebody said, "Oh, there was a dude. He was taking off his jacket at some award show," and somebody said they tweeted out, "It's giving taking off his jacket," and people was like, "That don't even make sense." And I was like, "Y'all don't even try."
Oh, that's what they were.
That's it.
Oh,
see.
Oh, you know like he was actually taking off his jacket, and they said like it's kind of okay, all right.
But my thing is, it's like I know people be like, oh, you know, like white people are always studying black people, and they do. They always got like charts and stuff like that, but they stuff be wrong. Like we have to study them. We look at they stuff for like everybody here has seen Seinfeld, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's seen Seinfeld. Watch Seinfeld. We know Seinfeld. Everybody here has seen Martin, right? Everybody here seen Martin. So you watch Martin. Have you ever like talked about Martin with like a white friend? They look at you like they've never like.
Nah, they don't really fuck with it.
They're like, wait, what?
Even Atlanta,
Martin.
I'll be telling white people. I'll be like,
the guy from Big Mama's house had a TV show. I think you're like,
yeah, no,
yeah,
like, but that's like how much like step by step did you watch, or like, you know what I mean? Like, so they got shows that we ain't even really like because
you
just
knew
recently,
what
like,
step by step was.
They put all those old shows on like Hulu recently or like HBO or some shit like that. So I went and watched the first episode of Step by Step, and I was like, because I never really knew the premise of it, but it really it's like a divorced dad, like, and a chick he picked up at a. It's like it's not as like
blended family.
Yeah, it's definitely like a blended family super type situation. I never knew that.
It's a baby mama, baby father type situation, and they I don't even like it. Don't say blended family. That's how they get that off. They get that off. Oh,
I was going there too. They whitened it up.
We're not dysfunctional. We're a blended family. That is like they just stirred it all up together.
He was a contractor. If you got if you have, it's not even just the black and white thing. If you got money, you could pretty much make anything look right. It was a baby mama, baby daddy situation, but they had bread. You saw that house. They fit. There was 6 children and 2 adults. Everybody was fine in that house.
Yeah,
that was a lot. Yeah,
because there was bread. But when you're talking about like us or what they depict us on TV, there's 6 children, but they're in a 2-bedroom, and I'm like,
or little 3J lives with you. I'll let that sink in. You know, 3J?
They added him. They don't talk about him. They have reunions,
but they was well off too. What was the
other
movie? What was the other show with Danny Tanner? Full House.
Yeah,
dog, they was poor. Like they moved all the people in the house.
Full House.
I mean, they was in San Francisco. And I'm telling you,
you know, when you look at when you see
generational wealth, Danny Tanner inherited that house. I don't believe he bought that house. Danny Tanner didn't buy that house cash.
That house is like worth like fucking like $10 million.
Yeah,
that was somebody's grandma's house.
Yeah, bro.
Generational wealth.
You know, fun fact, I went to the Full House, the actual house. I went to it before. I walked by it.
I don't know why that's funny to me, but
I looked for it. No, I was in San Francisco and I just Googled it and I looked for it and I found it and we went and it was just like, it was the most underwhelming thing. I would recommend it if you ever, because have y'all ever Googled, you know, when they show the exterior shots of these sitcoms that we grew up watching, like the Apartment Complex from Martin, the Family Matters house, the Full House house, like these are actual like real houses, obviously. And they have like locations. So like, if you Google these, I just spent one night just going down the rabbit hole, like looking at these bitches on Street View. And it's so like ruined your childhood damn near. Like when you see like
it's a regular house.
It just doesn't, it's not the same. It's just like, nah, this is a real life. It's not the same.
They shoot it all low, they make it all big. You get there, house be this big.
Yeah, bro. It's like, and it's just like in a regular neighborhood. It's like directly across the street from the Family Matters house is like a fucking like baseball park. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even like other houses, it's the whole park.
That man Kanye said on that last album he was gonna buy the Fresh Prince house, but he ain't like the kitchen layout. And then I was like, you know what? I don't like the kitchen layout either.
But that was
those are rich people problems.
That was the real kitchen layout. That was
that's probably because he was like, I think that the kitchen is gonna be like the kitchen on the show.
Yeah,
it probably wasn't.
I was like, that was a set.
He was like, this kitchen ain't right.
The kitchen on the show is like a typical apartment kitchen now.
Yes. The kitchen on the show looks like an apartment.
Yeah.
It's like an island and like a little area to sit. And that's pretty much it. Niggas don't even get rich. That's not even a rich nigga kitchen these days.
Yeah, it's not a rich nigga kitchen at all.
Not at all. The new Bel Air show really looks like, I'm like, oh, y'all rich. Like,
yeah.
Y'all are rich.
That show, man, I haven't finished yet, but that show is, I really like that show.
I like it a lot too. I like it a lot too.
Nah.
Really? You should check it out, bro.
I'm gonna check it out eventually, but I usually wait till hype dies. I just started
the buzz die down and the hype die down and shit. But by that time, season 2 is gonna be out. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll watch it. I started watching The Walking Dead as of recent, so that's how.
Why'd you do that?
Because I just be wanting to watch shit later on. I'll be like, hey
man,
do you like to see things gradually decline before your eyes?
Like every show, I watched The Simpsons before, so believe you me. I'm done with
you know what? I saw the last episode of The Simpsons. I'm not gonna lie, I chuckled a couple of times.
Wait, they still making new episodes of that?
Doug, yes. They still watch it. Like, I still hate watching The Simpsons and The Walking Dead to like let myself know to never get involved in a show like that again. I should have known, like, The Walking Dead, spoiler alert, it gets really bad. That's really all the spoiler you need.
The premise of the whole show is just it's not a long-term thing. They just stretch that shit out for too many years, bro.
I'm at season 4.
Long-term today.
It's still good.
My thing about The Walking Dead is the zombies move like cows. So I feel like I get like the first month. Like, you're like, oh shit, zombies got us. Like, they was fucking us up. But like year 3, like, I don't know, nigga, live in a treehouse. I've never seen a zombie climb a ladder. Like, knock the stairs out of your house and live on the second floor.
But have you ever seen the zombies from 28 days later.
Oh no. Them, I understand. Nigga, you dead.
Yeah.
Like, that's a full death. I don't even
so the Walking Dead zombies, like, they give you enough leeway to just be able to just to live your life and just be like, cool, like coexist.
Plus, none of the stuff makes sense. They'd be like, they can't bite or scratch you. But none of them do that. I'll be like, why didn't the zombie just scratch him? Why?
I don't understand.
Why today did that happen?
We're talking about zombies you can push off. And also, I have a real problem with the fact that nobody wears long sleeves and like pants. Like, get some chainmail on. Just like
chainmail,
get off
leather.
Nobody wear leather. These dudes be out in like shorts and like Braves t-shirts, just like. Dude,
I would be just like a literal knight.
That's all that's all you would have to do to make it.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you wouldn't even have to do a mite. I'm telling you, you could duct tape and pillows. That would be enough to survive The Walking Dead. Like, I would be king of The Walking Dead. They're like, what did he do? They're like, he duct taped some pillows all over his body. They can't get to him. Like, and when they do rip up a pillow, he just find another pillow and duct tape that right there. He just sleep like that too. The zombie, a horde attacked him in his sleep. He made it. He just rolled over. Like, that's all you have to do. I'm telling you, No,
but if just a side note, they got this one show y'all should check out on Netflix. It's called like Black Sunday or Black Summer. It's like an extremely realistic like zombie show. Like, it puts you like literally right now how we're sitting here on a Zoom call. Like, they'll show the perspective from like some niggas just sitting there on a Zoom call and like a zombie breakout and like, now you got to survive. It's like some real like, whoa, shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's touch crime.
Well, that's what we called y'all out here, is to discuss the shows that we watch. Juneteenth,
Lord have mercy.
Walmart keep just messing up. So it's been nice, y'all. I mean, y'all have a good night. We brought y'all out because
but that's literally basically what the podcast will whenever me and Tubo get on here. Like,
we love it for.
Here's the thing, though. You and Tubo, so we brought Tubo and Todd on because they have an excellent show called Things With Todd that the next episode is about to come out. That's what they always say, that it's about to come out. And every time the episode comes out, it's funny. And then people be like, when's the next one coming out? They're like, we're about to put them on VHS tapes. And I was like, all right.
Oh, you remember that? No,
yes. That's the last time we talked to him. He goes,
we're still doing it.
We're about to put these on VHS tapes. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll buy that. And we still waiting. But
it's going to be so cool.
The last time we had Preach on, he was talking about actual, rapping because he's an excellent lyricist. And then Preach connected with you. And honestly, Preach, I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all put out that this was going to come out a certain date and it kept getting pushed back. And I'm going to be real. I didn't blame that on you. I knew that was all Todd.
Oh, no, yeah.
I knew that was all 100%. Todd. I was like, Todd keep pushing this album back.
Sorry, guys.
I just don't understand. So first off, talk about, we'll get with Preach first. First off, why? Because we have video of Todd messing up as a DJ. We told stories on this show. We got Todd a job on the show. He messed that up too. And so I'm just trying to figure out, you looked at Todd and you was like, hey,
this shit
let's do an album together. Tell us what were your thoughts? What were your thoughts?
Honestly, it wasn't even a thought process at all. There was no thought process involved. All here, let's just do a tape. Let's just do some dope shit. That's all it was.
How long y'all been talking about that though?
I don't know how. Like, we have been talking about it for years. Honestly,
it's been a while because our mutual homeboy Kendrick has been talking about me working with Preach for for years. Yeah. So we kind of just finally made that shit happen, really. But it had been something that had been in the works for a while now.
All I'm saying is just when I met Preach and Black Jesus, I was at Todd's house. I was there. We were partaking in things. I had hair. That's when you
did have hair.
That's when you and Tubo
did have hair.
That's when you and Tubo gave me the had an intervention. It's been a good run, Avery.
He's the best person to give a hair intervention, though. He really is.
I was like, yeah, you're right.
That is true. That is true. I feel like, well, yeah, you know, Todd. Oh, Todd, y'all got full heads of hair. Y'all haven't got the hair intervention yet.
Nah, I hope it never comes.
It's a sad time now. My roommate gave it to me in college. Like I was trying to grow my hair out, and he woke me up one day and was like, "Hey, it's not happening."
Hey, preach though, preach. But you know, I do. But when that time do come, bro, you know, when it do come, sometimes I'll be seeing them dread niggas that be having like,
hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta.
I was about to say, please do not do the
like the Stevie Wonder.
Don't do the Predator.
I might go give me a fake beard. You know.
do not do the Predator, dog. That's all they be reminding me of.
Julio.
I'm like,
Predator.
Every time I see one, I'm like, this man is looking at me with heat vision right now.
No, the Predator.
Yeah, no, I can't do that, bro. That ain't even my style, man.
They could be wearing a hat and you take it off and the whole top gone.
But
the
dreads are still like on point. The locks, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
the locks. We gotta put some respect on them.
You guys, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all bonded over like hair care tips and whatnot, and then y'all was like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna cut an album together." What? And we joke, but I like Todd's production style. I like Todd's DJ style. And you know, I don't know what we call it, real hip hop. Well, you know what, we do call it real hip hop because Todd DJ'd my party and I was jamming until they was like, "Man, put some music off of it." And I was like, "Oh my god!"
No, I had a whole like hip hop ass playlist ready for this nigga's birthday to enjoy.
I was ready.
Nigga, they was like, "Nigga, turn on some fucking
Meg Thee Stallion."
So I was like, "All right, cool, I got y'all. I got it right here." But
I was like, yo, I'm a sucker for people that like do the original song and then like
I had a whole thing lined up
into the remake, and I was like, oh, that's where the sample came from. That's what I like, and I was like, oh, that's where Reza got that before he put them train horns on it. Like I like that. So I was like, yo, this is it, and then somebody tapped him on the shoulder. And then, like, I think the City Girls came on, and I was like,
You're learning.
Yep.
Okay. So, when you excuse me, when y'all got started, like, what was your thoughts a long time ago when my brother had hair going into this tape? Like, what was the goal y'all were trying to accomplish or the sound y'all were trying to get?
I'll let Todd answer that.
I don't know, man. Like, if I'm working with like a nigga that's like that got bars, it kind of like allows me to just kind of like do whatever I want with the beat, because you know sometimes like if niggas aren't that good at rappers, you have to kind of keep it really fucking not complex, I guess would be the good word. But with this nigga, I was just like, cool. Like I was just on beat switch ups and that shit, and like I don't know, I just kind of wanted to just like really get. Not because it's really not even experimental, I wouldn't say. It's just kind of like, yo, like here's a beat, like just rap. And you know what I mean? Like I kind of have a feel for his sound because what's the track that you had dropped right before we started working? The one that the cover is the cup. I forget the name of it.
The cup.
On the Tony Dark produced.
Oh shit. God Bless the Trap.
Yes, yeah, God Bless the Trap. So God Bless the Trap was like a hard ass. That was just my like regular rotation of playlist. So shout out to Tony Dark for that track, because that shit was hard as fuck. The overall track was like good. Everybody rapped good and the beat was good. So I kind of like used that song specifically as kind of like, all right, this is kind of like the sound that I would want a project to sound like with us. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of just went super sample heavy, and then I don't even really know how the church aspect of it came about. I think I just put a random sample in one, and then he just like took that shit and ran with it. Like, and yeah, he came to the crib and we just played beats. It's just like some rap shit. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't as intricate as you would think. It's just like one nigga's making good beats, the other nigga's just rapping real good. And
I mean, even the interludes was dope. Even with the Pastor Kearney, I was like, yeah, it's perfect for y'all.
Yeah, when he did that, I was like, yeah, this like when he started going in that bag, I was like, it's dope. I think the way that the church thing came into it was because originally Todd wanted to call the tape Things With God.
Yeah.
So he did a cover and it was like a church and all of that. And I was like, nah, man, I really want to like, I think my original name for the tape was Oh My God. And I put a poll up on Twitter and I asked, you know, like, would you rather have a project called Oh My God or Lord Have Mercy? And they picked Lord Have Mercy. So that's just what I went with. And, you know, everything, I mean, honestly, this shit kind of came together like organically. Like there wasn't no thought process behind it in terms of like us sitting there putting our heads together about how we were gonna do it. The shit just happened.
Shit did. Like I'll send a nigga a beat and then he would just like rap on it and would be good. It wasn't like a whole like, oh well, can you tweak this a little bit? Can you do that? Like and then of course we recorded the majority of it, if not all of it, I think, at George Young Studio. And
sweet.
And so George Young shit is just always like a vibe because like one, he's great at what he does, and two, just a lot of history came through that studio before, so we was able to get in there and vibe out and get some shit done. So it was just cool because like a lot of those beats, a few of them I had, but like a lot of them I had made then because I was kind of like on my production mode and shit like that, just kind of like making beats, and so it was just some shit I was like, yeah, this will be good. Plus, like one of my favorite albums is Mad Villainy. So I'm always like looking for something with like to do like skits or not even skits, just like something that if you were just like tripping balls to, like you may catch something different because I put a lot of like random things in there. And
sure
like the Pastor Kearney dude, that like that's if we all grew up like we would just see that shit like 5 o'clock in the morning on like BET. This nigga screaming into the TV. Like it's just such a scam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it was. It's like it's in my, and from a production perspective, because I knew he was gonna do the shit lyrically, but from a production perspective, it was kind of like, yo, this has nothing to do with like spirituality or like higher beings. That's not the issue here. The issue is with man-made religion like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like when you see the skits, you see I'll send you a reference sheet of just like all the things that I use, and you just watch, you just like, dog, like niggas, this is like, you know what I mean? It just makes it harder and harder for me to like go sit in like a church and like have somebody like preach to me. You know what I'm saying?
Our mother listens to this podcast occasionally, but she's going like, I can't do it. Like I be looking at him like, dog, this is and you know what? It's like you had Pastor Kearney, but you also had the dude to be cursing, the cursing pastor, but not like the one that calls himself the cursing pastor. But I'm like,
no. Oh, the other nigga who just
from prison. Yeah,
you know what?
He's from prison. That's why he has the jail Bible in his video.
But my other thing about like the two dudes that curse, I was like, you know what? I've probably heard more spirituality in y'all because I'm like, y'all ain't asking for money. I'm like, everybody else is literally like, dog, if you want to heal yourself, you got to spend this bread real quick. And I'm like, what? Like, yeah, and it's wild because people was actually really giving out, like these dudes was on BET heavy. They was all out like late night.
People were giving them airtime, bro. That's the thing. Like it's crazy. Like people giving you airtime and attention. Like you know what I'm saying? That's wild. Like that blows my mind. Like
but you were selling water from the Red Sea and it was clear.
The Red Sea water was wild.
Or the blessed handkerchiefs.
You know what I'm saying? And then we try to separate it from what be going on now because I'm like, I really just want like a really good interview where somebody just goes up to Joel and be like, "Dog, why was the money in the wall?" Like, just one time, like I said, look, I totally understand. Like, you're like, oh, hey, it was insurance money, and I'm like, yeah, that would be cool, except it was in a wall. Like,
but why didn't you let the plumber hold any of it though?
Yeah, I was like, what you put money in the wall? I was like, every show I've seen, The Wire,
the dude that found
it, drug dealer shit.
If you put money in a wall, like I was like, and
you put money in nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that shit. It's like, yo, y'all forget y'all past the head. But how much was it?
It was like 250,000 or something.
Yes, in the wall of the church. I'm like, this wasn't even the wall of his house. This was at the church. When did they have the time?
You know what that money? That's that money whenever the feds kick in the door, right? For whatever reason. That's like that last
exactly.
One of them deacons know that's the last little right there. It's
that's I'm getting out of Dodge money.
Yeah,
I got 250K in the church, nigga. I got the Benz. This yours.
That's that Marty Lang. That's that Marty Lang.
If the feds kick in the door, he's gonna be like, "Oh, buddy, Stringer Bell and them on the wire." Like they just gonna be like, "All right," like. So I'm telling you, like, there's gonna be a deacon like, Joe, you want us to close the safe? We go like, nah, that's a perfectly good safe. We got that's it.
Y'all ever watch Righteous Gemstones?
Oh yes,
bro.
Yes.
So Righteous Gemstones was another one of those things that we had already, I think, finished the album by the time I saw Righteous Gemstones, but all the show like Righteous Gemstones did was just like hammer in the point of the project more in the sense of like the way I feel like we approached it, because it's all, once again, I mean, these rich ass fucking white dudes on here just like asking for a shit, and not even black pastors too, like these rich ass pastors just like,
I need
just pimping niggas for money, bro. Like people that don't need
Creflo Dollar. Creflo. Let's not even focus on the dollar. Creflo. Let's just look at that.
Creflo Dollar. But nobody bats a fucking eye at this nigga's name. I always thought it was weird, right? But
you never met a nigga named Creflo?
Real name, dog. Like,
have you ever met a nigga named Creflo though?
No, I'm not. No,
never is.
It's a slave name.
I come from a long line of
Creflo.
And I just want to say, I don't know who. I'm like, I just want to go to the Dollar family reunion and just be like, God, who are y'all? Because your son's out here stealing, that just blatantly stealing.
Do you think their family reunion? Do you think their T-shirts are like kind of like a Dollar Tree?
Just
like,
a dollar.
Wow.
Just a big dollar sign.
The Dollar family reunion sounds like a Wednesday night at a strip club. What?
That really is. That really is what it is.
Because the wings are $1, and like the champagne flutes are $1, and it's a family affair. It's just
Preach, when you went into this project, did you have the same, let's not say disdain, I feel like we all feel the same, but I mean, did you have the same feelings about the church? Were you thinking about that as you were like in the project too as well, when you started to see the themes start to manifest?
I mean, honestly, I take the opportunity to do anything sacrilegious, to be honest with you. If you look at the cover for Recognize, it's like the first ever image of Jesus, like on the oldest known image of Jesus, and I put my brother on there. I just do all kind of shit. I got a song called Sinning on Sunday, Resurrection Love. Like, any like I'm one of them people. I try to put people in a position where they gotta pick a side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to do polarizing shit that's gonna make you think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because of my background and just how much. I guess I was surrounded by the church. I really had to go out and try to find what the truth was about God, and so I would read all these books, and so I saw all the flaws and shit in religion and all of that. So yeah, this shit was right up my alley, to be honest.
Now, I'm assuming we come from the church. You just said you came from the church. I'm assuming Todd was in Beaumont. There's nothing else.
You already know, bro. It's
nothing else to do but go
nothing but church. Nigga, get out of church at 2 p.m. What you talking about? Fuck you mean?
So
go to Piccadilly.
It's hot in there.
Y'all, what y'all's families think about the music? Preferably your mother.
My mom doesn't
love anything I do. As long as I'm telling the truth, she like, yeah, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, like if my mama feel like I'm not doing like being true to myself in my music, she'll be like, nah, that ain't you, son.
Okay.
I don't even think my mom knows I do music, to be honest with you.
What does your mom think you do?
I don't know, bro. Like, I think she just thinks I just like hang out and shit. I don't know. Like, she just like, she just doesn't, I don't know. She doesn't really know.
Like Todd's just out here fucking around.
like I tell you what you're not doing. You're not out here working a 9 to 5 with no chemical plant like you should be. Like
you still on that?
That's right. Because you do come from Beaumont.
This is like, yo, you know, if you're not on that tip, you know. But nah, because if you think about it, I don't really work on music like all the time, essentially. So I'm always sometimes I'm in like, because like right now I'm in like kind of like fucking art mode. I've been drawing the shit a lot lately. Sometimes I do videos heavy. But so that's what I'm saying. So when I connected with Preach, I hadn't really produced anything like fully since like Catalina Wine Mixer. No, I mean I produced like a bunch of shit after Catalina Wine Mixer. But as far as like something I was like extremely hands-on with, it was Catalina Wine Mixer, and it had been a while since I had done that. So like I kind of like once he sent me like the first track back. What was the first track, bro? Newport?
I think it was Newport, yeah. That's the first beat. You was like, yeah, I never heard nobody like really rap over it like this.
Yeah. Because I really been having this beat for a while and I like really like it. And I sent you the other day because I was like listening to it and I was just like just on another planet listening to that shit. And I was like listening to the layers of samples that I put in it. And I was like, damn, because I guess it had been a while since I made it. So I hadn't really dissected it like that in a while. And just on top of that, I've always wanted to hear somebody rap on the beat, Newport, but nobody could. That's not like if you're not like a lyricist or like bar, like if you don't know what you're doing, you ain't gonna really, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna sound right. Or a lot of niggas would see that beat or hear that beat and be like, nah, I'm good. But he took the time to like slide on that hoe, and then I was like, yeah, okay, I got some more shit. And then really from there, but that Newport beat was like the thing that got it started because I really liked that track. And then he just like took that shit to the next level and made me like it even more. So shit, let's finish the project.
Now, are y'all expecting? Well, I mean, the project just came out. I was gonna say, are y'all planning on doing more? Are y'all planning on making this a series? Are y'all planning on working it? Of course, I'm asking this literally the day before the album release party, so I like to I like to get ahead. Like I'm like, what's y'all's 9th album gonna be like? But so, like, what are the plans so far? Like, how y'all feeling?
Shit, nigga, if that nigga want to rap, I got more beats.
Yeah, we kind of, I mean, shit, he was like, yo, you want to do another one? I was like, yeah, dog, just send me some shit. Like, it ain't even, you know what I'm saying? It's not even like a thought process. It's like, what, let's get it done type thing.
If the process of getting the tracks done is as easy as it was last time, I mean, nigga, we could do this shit for, you know what I mean? Like, I could just keep sending that nigga beats, and he's like, you know how like Lil Wayne, like rappers would be like, feed me beats, like that type shit. Like these niggas be having a lot to say.
I mean, it does say a lot. Like when you were talking about rappers, like some rappers can't get on like certain beats. All I think about is because we talked about like MF Doom and rappers and producers and rappers like that. And all I remember is like there was this interview one time with Memphis Bleak. And I don't know why he just brought up MF Doom, and he was like, "I just don't get it." And I remember reading it, and I was like, "Yeah, nigga, we know." Like, I was like that. nobody's expecting you to get it, dog. Like you better rap on these throwaway Jay-Z beats and be happy. Like be happy Jay-Z slid and just go ahead and gave you that little beat right there.
Like if there was ever like a duh nigga moment, like duh, you don't get it, nigga.
He's like, I just don't understand. Like, I feel like he would be the one. Like, why you using all these words?
I bet it would be funny. Like if you were talking to Memphis Bleak, you constantly said his name as you were talking to him. So you were like, I know Memphis Bleak. We know you didn't get it, Memphis Bleak. Like, to constantly remind him that he's Memphis Bleak. I wonder, like, but you know what though? Like Jay-Z said a long time ago, that nigga Jay-Z said, as long as I'm alive, he's a millionaire.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's true.
Loyalty.
You know, saying a rapper's name over and over again also makes me think of how much does Bun B hate you, dog? like just legitimately, like it's one of the funniest moments. Everybody should go back and look at that Things With Todd episode. Todd terrorized Bun B by just saying his name in various forms. And I just want to know, and I've met Bun, and he seems like a very nice man. So again, how much? And I feel like it takes a lot to get nice to rise to a level, to where he's like, "Hey, just shut the fuck up."
It's man, we've been like joking around back and forth like that for years. First met him whenever we were doing the Nice Guys shit years ago. Like, you know what I mean? We just so happened to be at an in-store together, and I don't know. I think like Eve or somebody just kind of built up the courage, went over and talked to him, chopped it up with him and shit like that. He found out I was from Beaumont, but then he was always like real sarcastic, and I'm like real sarcastic too. So like, I think we just started that shit, and then it's just so every time I see him, he just like definitely gives me a hard ass time, but it's definitely all love. But it is funny though. Like it's it's it. I don't think he hates me that much.
No, I don't think he really hates you. We went to his the pop-up for the burger thing.
Yeah. Did y'all get
there was one point where he really be like doing the work. Yeah. Like he's handing out burgers, he's ringing stuff up, he's moving around
out there. Yeah.
But it'd be real weird because like people also are like, yo, this is my moment. But I'm like, dog, you picked the wrong time. Like
you picked this nigga.
This man has a tray of waters and a bag of burgers. And you're like, hey dog, real quick, I got a question to ask you. And he's like, he literally looked at this man and goes, I'm kind of busy right now, but I'm gonna get to you. And I was like, dog, he's so polite. But I know this man want to be like, dog, I got 15 waters on a tray right now. Like, you see me moving. Like,
honestly, Devon, that's what it looked like all day. So I would just talk to him, and I was like, yeah, this nigga looked like he like, bro, I gotta work a whole shift. That's what he looked like, and I was like, I get it.
Out there, bro.
And I just feel like he wants to be like, dog, I used to sell crack. Dog, get off me.
Listen to my music. I didn't shot a couple of niggas.
But you know what though? It's I could imagine being in a position where like, you know what I mean? Like you are like an OG rapper, but at the same time though, you're a professor, like you do a lot of other shit, you're a community activist. So like it's probably just a certain level of like having to just really keep that shit to yourself. How you really can't just like explode on a nigga, because the minute you explode on a nigga, like all of a sudden, I mean, you know how easy the media will flip shit and make it a whole thing. Like it was even I don't know if y'all remember that one time, as a matter of fact, some years ago, where it was like this dude was like harassing Bun. Well, he was like walking on the street or something like that.
Oh yeah.
He was like fucking with him, but like, and Bun like reacted. I don't even remember what he did. I don't even know if there was any physical contact. I don't remember, but Bun just reacted, and then like the media was just like, it was like, look at Bun type shit. You know what I mean? So it's just like you gotta just be like, you know,
like look how they did Mike Tyson.
I'm about to say, but the media might be getting better, because I really felt like Mike Tyson was whooping that dude. I felt like everybody was like, "Hey, dog, why are you bothering Mike Tyson?" Dog?
I don't think anybody was blaming Mike Tyson in that situation, because it's like, especially when you saw the video of this whole situation,
like the whole thing,
and then the dude's the look on his face afterwards, the stupid ass like, It's just like, well, get your.
Who bothers Mike Tyson, dog? I'm like, this man
Plus,
used to
he
be a
showed
minute.
restraint. Mike Tyson didn't really like
White privilege bothers Mike Tyson. That's what bothers Mike Tyson.
That's really what it was. And I felt like Mike was like, "Can you please get him away from me?" And I'm like, well, let me not do the voice because I would never. No disrespect, Mr. Tyson. Because again, dog, this man used to beat up civilians when he was in his prime. Like, why would you mess with this man? And Mike Tyson can still like fight.
Beat up civilians. He was knocking niggas out every 3 months.
Yeah,
two rounds. Oh, 2 rounds. Back when you could do every 3 months, it was 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Out of there, bro.
Training for the fight.
Nah, but yeah, I don't know. I just would never mess with Mike Tyson.
Never.
We'll leave him alone. So yeah, but I think all in all, I want to say, I think Bun B hates me like medium.
Medium
hate. Yeah. Oh, not all the way, but like not no hate, but just like a good medium disdain.
And that was a very hilarious episode. Again, is there more coming? Like, is there more coming?
Yeah, bro. It's just like, it's with me just not wanting to ever like. So I can tell you one of the things that's happened. So like y'all been to my crib before when I lived in Midtown.
Yeah.
And, just living in Midtown, living in the fucking center. And then like even just y'all like you open the front door and you like on the fucking street. It ain't even like a foyer or hallway. like you just in the action. Like living there for 5 years, just being in the middle of all the bars and shit, the traffic, people walking into the house, and then being like moving away from there into like a way quieter like atmosphere, like a home situation. And then being like locked up for like a year with just COVID. That shit just really made me like not want to. The way I like interact and talk to strangers and shit like that is a little bit different. Like I'm not as like outgoing as I was before. Whenever we was just like, hey, so tell me about this thing you're doing, and I'm gonna just listen to it. Like now, like I'm just like, bro, fuck whatever you have going. I don't even like. Like I don't even care. And then like with the new addition, just with having a little one, it's like,
okay,
man.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I was like, dog, this man named all the stuff that's happened in his life over the last like 3 years, and he did not mention his child.
Oh no,
I was about to expose you like Pusha T, dog. That's funny.
So what about your child, Todd? Yeah, nah, he's chill, man. It's just once again that just kind of like adds to my like just not wanting to really. I tell you what, having a kid definitely like, and this is my first son, obviously, so like my time is a little bit more. Whereas I used to could just spend a whole day like sitting on the couch staring at the wall, like fuck off a whole day. Like you really can't do that anymore, obviously. And then if you do have like 6 hours of time to yourself, you have to like really utilize that time to do stuff. So
that brings me to the next question. Like, Preach, you started working on this album with Todd pre-baby. And then continue to work post-baby. So what's the difference between pre-baby Todd and then, Todd the father?
Well, I would hope that Todd the father is a little bit more focused.
I would hope. Man, I wish he was.
Yeah, I think the thing that you kind of fear, or the thing that you kind of you don't know how it's going to turn out, is that thing that can propel you to your purpose, or to actually doing the thing that you're meant to do. You know what I mean? So I think that Todd definitely seems a lot more focused and just like had the ability to lock in a little bit more. And I can even see that just with him and the tape that they're about to put out with Mickey. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. And that's he kind of said it, dog. I am just like a bit more focused these days. Like I said, if I have 6 hours to myself, or if I have 6 hours of free time, I'm usually like doing something specifically with that time productive. you know, whether it be a beat or whether it be fucking practicing DJing or editing a video or just working on some designs. Like it's definitely, I'm not just fucking it off no more.
Okay. And you know, we're gonna get to the tape that you have coming out with Mickey, but Preach, what else you got working on?
Right now I'm working on, man, I'm always working on several projects, man. My main priority right now is just continuing to build on just putting music out. But I got this tape that I'm working on called Bulletproof Babies. And obviously I still have Lord Have Mercy. So I'm just working, dog. I'm just in the mode. I'm just in that mode right now.
And then you've been working, I mean, the most, I'm not gonna say most notably, but I'm a big fan of what you did on Michi and Jedi's album.
Texas Relays.
And it's getting to the point now where, like, you know, if I see your name, I'm like, all right, let me I'm gonna go to that track. Like, just go ahead and get things ready.
Yeah.
Talk about working on that project and then the response, because it was a very positive response to that album, and people was definitely like, dang, like, if you on this album, you on this album, like, there's a reason why.
Yeah, you mean for the Michi?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro just was hitting me, you know, he was like, yo, I want to get you on the tape. And we've been kind of doing that for years. So it wasn't even like a big deal. He just sent it to me and I listened to it and I was like, okay. And then I just I just kind of went into that mode, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of that verse though. Like I think I did something that I hadn't done before in terms of like how I chose to rap on that one.
Your cadence was very great too. It's like were the verses on there before the song was sent? Like, did you hear Mickey Iso's verse and everybody else's verse before?
Nah, I just heard the only verse that was on there was
Dash?
Dash, yeah. Yeah, so I didn't even know anybody. I think he did tell me Mike Key might be on there, but I didn't know you know, Bonzilla or
yeah.
I didn't know he was gonna be on there, but yeah. I just did my thing, dog. I mean, you know, honestly, when it comes to like me and like anybody in Indigo Clan, you know, Devontae, Hunter, Anti Lily, like if you getting us on a song, man, you kind of, you know, you might be putting your back against the wall. You know?
It'll be a long day. Golly.
Nah, so I definitely enjoyed that verse though, for sure. And I'm appreciative of the fact of, you know, even being able to be on the record, because, you know, it gave people an opportunity to hear me that maybe never heard me before or hadn't heard me in a while.
Yeah, because I've played the song for a lot of people, and you know, it's mostly girls, and they're not really wordy. I hate to say it like that, but they'll hear your verse and be like, I know Devon made the face.
What about to get canceled?
That man said girls ain't wordy, dog.
They're not really.
That was
those specific ones that I'm dating.
The views expressed by Avery are not the thoughts of my humble opinion.
They pick your verse out all the time. So I'm always like, yeah, you know exactly what you're doing. But no, the album that you're working on right now, what was it called again?
Bulletproof Babies.
What is this about?
That project is I'm intended for it to be just like a affirmation of the right for Black kids to actually grow up. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's also I want it to be almost like a commentary, or just like a I could guess like a commentary on our plight, like as young Black people, especially like, you know, from the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? Like just having a right to grow up, but also the pitfalls of all of that. And then just like valuing life, valuing Black life.
Yeah. It's the freedom for me. But you know.
Somebody
at Walmart is like, see, they do say that.
God damn.
They say it's the freedom for me.
Somebody needs to drop like a mixtape, or that didn't be the name of the mixtape.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's the freedom for me.
Yeah. Y'all think somebody? So who's dropping mixtapes on Juneteenth this year?
You guys.
I'm
you guys.
assuming Meek Mill. Meek Mill always be putting his foot in the wrong spot at the wrong time. So
remember when Beyonce and Jay-Z dropped?
Is it too soon to crack this joke? Who else?
I'm
who else
be real with you.
I
I would never say anything about Beyonce, so I don't know what
who else had their
who
else had their foot in the wrong place at the wrong time?
Say what?
Who else from Houston had their foot in the wrong place at the wrong time?
We're not gonna stop.
Isn't that funny?
Stop.
It's funny though, right?
That is too good.
It's
that
funny.
Is too good.
That
is too good.
Wow. That whole thing, the whole thing lets me know that everybody, the majority of niggas, get their news from headlines on Instagram posts.
Twitter.
Because they will be there arguing and they'll be like, see, the doctor said, I was like, that's a HIPAA violation. Like, a doctor wouldn't say that. And then they go back and look and they'd be like,
oh, you actually
right. They don't go back and look. They'd be like, nah, man, see, they really think it's a conspiracy out there to take down Tory Lanez. And I for one,
you need to take down Tory Lanez.
Why does anybody need to take down Tory Lanez? Like, what
that's the wild thing about it. I was like, all right, until this happened, and I knew Tory Lanez had a fan base, but it was like one dude in the barbershop. Like, he'd be like, hey, Tory Lanez really be spitting.
But I don't.
Like,
I've never. And that's no disrespect. I've never actually. It's kind of like, and me as a DJ too, right? Like, as a DJ, obviously you got to play that shit in the club because it's just like, it's specifically made for party music. But like, I've never had anybody ever ask me to play like Tory Lanez. Have you
never?
Or like,
and until this happened, it was like a crop of dudes popped up. I was like, nah, man, Tory Lanez the GOAT. Like, he be dropping classic after classic after classic, and I'm like, he's putting out music, but like, I don't hear this anywhere. I said, I don't hear it on TikTok. I don't hear it on Instagram. I don't hear.
But it's the same. But it's crazy. Like, a lot of these like huge artists. Like, I'm trying to figure out like who's riding around like just jamming like Jack Harlow's album.
I knew you was about to say that, and I knew you was about to say that, and I'm so glad you said that, because
Eminem fans.
I don't even think
Eminem people that don't listen.
I don't think Eminem fans.
I think it's like that whole festival culture, because like somebody said the other day, somebody tweeted it, or it was like a meme that was like, black people don't listen to Travis Scott, and I was like, yo, that's fucking funny.
Wow.
I mean, they obviously, black people do listen to Travis Scott, and
I'm triggered.
How often do you go somewhere and, you know what I mean, like, and somebody like just puts on some Travis Scott on a playlist?
That's true, because I mean, it just depends on
if you're not in a club or a bar.
But
you're right there, buddy.
Yeah,
if we're talking about us, because I've been places where there have been white girls, and there'll be what's that song they always play? The one with the fuck. Why can't the one with Drake on it? It's all right.
Yeah.
Oh no, not even Sicko Mode. That's the one that comes after, before that on the album. The one with the Weeknd on it. I forget. It's called Carousel. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm a Travis Scott fan because I'm biased because he's from my neighborhood. So.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Travis Scott's lit. That nigga's lit.
But you're right. You're completely right though.
As far as like I wouldn't put on that shit to like ride around to. But then again, I'm like old now, so I guess I'm just like in the old nigga phase of life, where it's just like,
what do you listen when you riding around? What does Todd listen to?
To be completely honest with you,
train horns over over hip hop beats.
Nah, bro, I've been listening to I've been heavy on this like Arthur Verrica. You know, y'all fuck with Arthur Verrica?
No,
bro. Listen, hey, so one of the hardest albums I've ever heard in my life is self-titled. Arthur, this dude's a Portuguese jazz artist from Brazil from the 70s.
Oh, really?
Really? That's right up Devon's alley.
Yeah, no, bro. It's like
I love it.
It's very smooth, but on some real shit, dog. Like lately, I don't even really like put on rap that much. Like some fucking like Japanese jazz or some shit like that. Like, have y'all ever heard Japanese funk music before? Like, listen to it.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't know what the fuck they was doing, but in Japan in the 70s, but yo, they had
God.
Equal amount of soul as black people, bro. It's crazy. Like
they were studying us. That's what they were
studying it, and they were like executing like a motherfucker, bro.
Well. Like
it was like
they outsourced it to Japan. You know how they do.
I saw a TikTok that was like, if you want to have a good time, like get high and play 70s Japanese pop.
Bro, it'll blow your mind.
But then I played some 70s Japanese pop, and I was like, God, they go off. Like it really, really do.
They're basically
okay.
I mean, I know we all feel the same way about the new Kendrick Lamar album. So I mean, I listened to that shit. I think that shit was dope.
I think it is. I think it is, but I do feel like it's like I feel like he did something with To Pimp a Butterfly, and then he also realized a lot of his fan base did not get it completely. And so he's like, I'm gonna hammer y'all over the head with this one. Like, let me just I'm gonna give y'all a very like straight. There ain't no secrets here. You ain't gotta figure nothing out. Like, I'm gonna tell you straight up what I gotta say. So I'm a fan of it.
Sounds good.
I fuck with it. I think his commentary about certain shit, like how he was talking about on Father Time.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Yeah, when he was saying basically how black men, how he was congratulating his friends basically for becoming men, and then just saying that a lot of the stuff that we I wouldn't necessarily say disguise, but some of the things that we attribute to being gangster or being men or being gangster is actually like us hiding that we're the manhood. You know what I'm saying? That we're embracing.
Yeah. I love it.
And speaking of father, so Todd, you've got a guest.
He was passing me. Fresh out the shower. Check out the hair though. It's real slick. It's real laid right now.
I see that.
He looks like a used car salesman.
He does. How much can I? What do I need to do to put you in this Buick Skylark?
One of those Cougars.
A lot of years of my life being a used car.
I remember those cars, the Cougar, Plymouth Cougar.
Oh yeah, Cougar, a Cougar.
Oh, that is funny.
Sometimes I listen to old rap, and I listen to the rappers talk about the popular car at the time, and then that makes me even care less about cars. I was like, dog, people was really fiending for the Lex Bubble. And I was like, I don't care about that.
Yo, my last car was a Lex Bubble. And
it was a Lex Bubble.
Listen to Lil Wayne, and I'd be like, I'll be riding in the Lex. I'll be like, this piece of shit.
Like look at it now. It's like, have you ever seen it? But that's crazy that's such a, like, niggas would never buy like a Lex Bubble now.
Oh, but now it's like, dang, I want a Lex Bubble.
$2,500, and I just needed a car.
But you got to get like a good, like, I don't know, you got to get them like in really, really good condition. Like if I was to get a Lex Bubble, it would have to like almost have like never been driven since 1997. It would have to look like that.
I was in a bind, Todd. I needed something, all right? I was asking your brother about jobs. Niggas don't know how rough it was for me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
You don't want that gallery furniture life, bro. I can't.
No, I work from home now. I'm sitting at
It's the dream.
Yeah.
How are things at gallery furniture?
Oh shit, I don't know. I could imagine they're real mattress mackish. Like,
I thought you trying to go for something.
Oh no, like nah. It's just he's rich as hell. He's really rich.
I was about to say, I feel like now every time there's a major sporting event, all the news stories are just how much money Mattress Mac either gained or lost.
Because he bets and like with Kentucky Derby. By the way, did y'all? I never noticed that. Because I didn't realize how annoying the Kentucky Derby was when everybody's like dressing like that shit.
I don't get it.
Y'all didn't see that shit this year?
It's very weird.
Niggas was really like walking around in like 3-piece suits and like hats and shit like that.
Plus, you were in the suit the other day. They were dressed just like you.
They were dressed like it's like they're cosplaying. They're cosplaying slave owners. That's all I've been saying. I was like, no, the last time this stuff was in favor, they was
that's all I think I can think of, bro.
That's all I can think of. Somebody said, "Hey, boy, go get that horse." And I'll be like, "Oh, okay."
That's all I can think about, bro. I'm glad you said that because that's exactly how I feel about that.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. I mean, I low key don't like Todd's handlebar mustache because I just feel like that was
it's not a
same
handlebar
thing.
mustache.
Well,
a handlebar purposely goes.
Oh, that
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it could be like a version of handlebar.
It's a trained villain mustache. He's gonna
tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Bun B likes to make fun of my mustache a lot, so that's he actually shot me a text the other day, and he said he opened the text with, "I need to borrow your mustache to rob a bank," and then he got into the actual like what he needs to say.
It looks like you're about to tie a white woman to train tracks. Like that's literally what it looks like. Like you're about to tie a white woman to train tracks and then leave. You're not gonna wait to see what happens. You're gonna leave. That way the Lone Ranger can come in.
All I'm saying is your boy Les
tying Karens to train tracks all 2022, dog. You already know how it goes down, dog.
You already said it. Don't be a bitch. Yeah, don't be a bitch. All I'm saying is your boy Les is already in the wrestling ring. He might need a manager. You got the look. You look just like the nigga that holds the mic.
All you need is a seersucker suit.
And I gotta drop like a smooth ass like 60 pounds. I gotta
You're not gonna be a wrestler. You're the manager. The
most
famous manager is fat. His name is Paul Heyman.
Like Paul Bearer?
Yeah, like Paul Bearer or Paul Heyman. Exactly. That's all you gotta do is talk. You just gotta talk. Just talk less up. You already know.
No. I mean, let's talk about the other album that you have coming out that you've been working on as well. I'm assuming you're the holdup here.
You said what?
I'm assuming you're the holdup on that as well. So
no, we actually have like a legit. There was a holdup on that one though, but that holdup was like for like maybe like a couple of weeks. But the release date of that shit is actually June 2nd. So that for real this time. Huh?
Got a date.
Yeah, we got a date.
Oh, y'all got a date? I really thought you were. I thought he was gonna say Juneteenth too. Like I was like, "Duh, if you drop this on Juneteenth,
oh, we should." You know what? Had this. So we turned it in like the album like maybe like a couple of days ago, but on some real shit though.
If y'all dropped it on Juneteenth and called it Red Velvet,
I think that'd be funny, like to drop that shit on Juneteenth.
Or it's the Todd for me, or it's the Things for me. Things for me.
It's coming out, man. It's cool. It's it's just like with Preach It. It's just shit. We had some cool beats, and you know, Mickey's a good lyricist too. So it's kind of like the same thing as like these niggas that know what they're doing on these beats, bro. It makes my life way easier. Like as opposed to when somebody hits you to produce something and you know what I mean, they don't know what they want. And once again, like I said, some people don't know. Like a lot of people. And it's nothing to do with my beats in particular, my production, but like my production is like kind of all over the place sometimes. So you have to really put your rapping hat on sometimes, you know, if you want to do that. So that's what we did again. So it's going to be pretty cool.
So at what point do you get like 9 MCs together and form a group?
Shit, never.
I'm telling you, that's the formula.
And you know what?
Everybody talks to you. You could be the one.
But you know what's crazy though, bro? Like, and I have so much respect for these producers like RZA and like niggas like Ninth Wonder and like these producers like Just Blaze, like these niggas that produce beats for like entire labels. Like I couldn't fucking imagine, dog. Like because the way I like to work with like one-on-one at the time that we're doing this shit. I could like it's hard for me to I already kind of spread my brain between so much shit and then to like spread it between like multiple egos in a sense when you know every rapper has their own ego. So it's just kind of like that to me, I give props to like I can imagine like bro RZA making all the beats for the whole Wu-Tang for 10 niggas.
Yeah.
No, and these niggas put out a lot of music.
A lot.
Like, so it wasn't like just a couple of tracks here and there. This is like just thousands of beats, bro. That's
and putting that together for a bunch of dudes that don't get along. Like that's what's wild too.
I hope that them niggas. I hope that it was just like once RZA sent you the beat, that was it. Like it's don't know that's it. You rap on that shit or not? Like that's it. Because I can't imagine like going back and forth with that shit. You know what I mean?
As a Wu-Tang Clan lover,
You lowered the snare. Like, nigga, fuck you, nigga.
To be honest, that's what it sounded like, though. It sounded like mostly like a one take. Really, you covered his one ear for saying fucking. But
I keep laughing because I don't know what your baby is thinking, but
he's like
the look at the screen, like he's like,
man,
he's like, yo, how about you? He's like, give me a mind.
He is angry, dog. This nigga is unhappy.
It's like he knows what I'm talking about him.
Fuck all y'all. I do not like none of you niggas.
Nah, that's literally his whole thing. He's just like, I'm surprised he's being as chill as he is now because he's about to start turning it up, and yeah, he'll be exiting the meeting soon.
Oh, okay. So we know that both of you have separate projects coming out. You got the listening party for this coming up.
The listening party is not for this.
Listening party.
Oh no, the listening party is for
the triangle.
Oh, the triangle.
Triangle for the triangle. Okay, so you got the listening party for the triangle. Got this. At the pretentious person in me wants to know: are y'all putting this out on vinyl? Are y'all putting anything out on vinyl?
Would love to.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like for real?
I would love to. I mean, yeah. It's just, but the only thing I can tell you, like straight up, just from like nigga getting the COVID fucked up vinyl production so bad.
Real, yeah.
So it's so backed up to where like it's just that's why when you see people that put out vinyls, it's like usually pre-orders. Like niggas just don't typically have vinyls on deck because one, the average turnaround time. Like I checked on vinyls recently, right? And this was like a month ago. They said they wouldn't even be able to begin to start production until after the summer.
Oh my god!
So like,
oh wow!
So like they won't even start on your shit till like August.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And then after that, it takes like another 4 or 5 months. So I mean, you're looking at a good turnaround time for like from the moment you place the order to the moment you receive them. At this point in time, like 6 to 8 months. So, but once again, I feel like people that order vinyl and people that buy vinyl, like they kind of know that. Hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, here.
With the comb over though.
No, but so yeah, if we did, it would be some pre-orders, you know what I mean? So like niggas would, you know, that way we can just get them produced because yeah, but yes,
I do feel like people that buy vinyl, like myself, I feel like we buy it and then forget it, and then later on it gets delivered.
Exactly.
I had 2 Tyler the Creator albums delivered to me the other day. I was like,
when did you order them?
I was like, what? Like, I already got this one.
When did you order them?
I don't remember.
See,
usually I order vinyl like in the middle of the night. I'll just be looking at it. I was like, Instagram be getting me every time. Like they're like, do you want, like right now they're really trying to get me to buy the last Nas album. Every time I open up Instagram, they be showing me an ad for
I'll tell you, the newest Nas album?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean,
go ahead, share your thoughts.
Oh no, I mean, like, yeah, it'll be a good.
I saw your face.
It'll be a good album.
No, I'll get you. No, go ahead and disparage Nas, because I was either going to ask you about Nas or
go ahead and disparage.
I was going to ask you about. You were talking about producers, so I was already about to ask you about Timbaland, because you didn't mention him.
Well, we had this. I feel like we talked about this before.
I know, but we have a podcast that's slowly growing, so people have to go back. And I'm like, instead of them going back and listening to your thoughts on Timbaland, I'm gonna just ask you again until eventually we get famous enough.
It hasn't changed. Like,
yeah, so, I know it hasn't changed.
I didn't like wake up like a year later, like, man, you know what? That nigga Timbaland been making some hard ass beats. I like him a lot. Like that's not never been the case. But you know what? The cool thing about me is like I'm very self-aware, and I do recognize the dude's greatness and his talent and the success that he's had. Like clearly, some people like his beats. A lot of people like his beats.
I like him.
Like I'm not like him. And
that man called Timbaland. He goes, "I don't like space age beats." I was like, "What,
bro?" I don't even remember if I said space age beats, but
you said space something. It made me laugh.
But that shows you the dynamic of like how like Preach likes Timbaland. I don't like Timbaland. Are we still able to fucking make great music?
I do like Timbaland. I'm not the biggest fan of Swiss Beats. I like Timbaland though.
See, and I'm not like crazy about Swiss Beats either, but I mean, once again, like in this era, like these niggas were just kind of able to corner and monopolize their market. So like you got Swiss Beats, like like I just touched on, producers making beats for like entire labels. It's like you're the guy. Like, so it doesn't matter if people like your beats, they're gonna be there. People gonna have to hear them hoes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter if people like us don't like their beats. Most people do.
Yeah,
I've said before, and you and I have bonded over this. Dust Your Shoulders Off is terrible.
But it's a horrible song. It's one of the worst. It's the beauty of that song to show that even the most beautiful, perfect things can have a flaw.
Yeah. Dust Your Shoulders Off sounds like when Sonic gets to a villain, and it's about like if Sonic was walking and then the camera come like
you know, I mean, yeah, bro, like that track on there, and then
audience, we're broke, so it don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
It really don't matter.
He got more money than you.
You can send a DM, you can send a comment, whatever. Like, I can't believe you broke niggas don't like Dust Your Shoulders. I'm like, I still don't like it. Sorry. And you are absolutely right.
Was terrible too.
I am broke.
Drake was coming out.
Broke niggas still.
I'm just money adjacent. All right.
Right. It's just like cool. It's like, all right, cool. Like, so I'm broke. I don't get to have an opinion on Timberland's beats.
Yeah, that's usually.
Well, it goes broke, ugly, and then other personal attacks. But it's like
I get called broke and bald like all the time.
Oh, bald, yes.
But that's mostly the students. Like the kids be like, "Oh, bald." I'm like, "Dog, I'm bald." That's
like I personally, I love Just Blaze's beats, and a lot of like Just Blaze would be on a lot of people's top lists. So like,
that's true.
Blaze beats too.
Like, that is true.
Because I put like, I don't like Just Blaze beats. I'll be like,
I do like Just Blaze a lot. Who do you prefer, Just Blaze or Kanye?
That's so my answer's kind of changed and grown over time. I personally, when it comes to Kanye's production, I don't think that there's any sense of effort there anymore. I just think that like Kanye is at the point of reached the point of music to where like if you listen to when Donda came out and then you listen to Tyler the Creator shit, right? Like it's kind of some night and day shit because like you still see like Tyler the Creator, I feel like it's still like a lot of people are still putting effort and thought into their music and not just trying to be like quote unquote misunderstood all the time. So we get it. So with Kanye, I don't know, man. Like, did he produce the track with him and Andre? Like, can we just get that? Can we just get that Kanye all the time?
That's what I had a lot of hope for it because I heard that Andre track because I'm like I'm cool. I like Donda better than I like Drake. Drake's album.
Yeah, for sure, facts.
But I am gonna say like, on one hand, it's like I want to give him credit for it. On the other hand, it's like a double-edged sword because I was like, dog, I'm not the biggest fan of the music, but like, shouts out to you for filling up a stadium and getting people to listen to a rough draft. So. Like you really are releasing a rough draft of music and being like, dog, it ain't even done.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
It's like
and that's the thing. Like you had everybody like kind of waiting on this project that in a sense that I mean, like we do music. It's just like this project definitely seems unfinished. I mean, which is cool. Like maybe that's what he was going for.
Yeah.
But once again, it's like you're not gonna get too much pushback from his core fan base on if his music's good or not. So, like I said, Kanye is at the point now to where he could literally just fart on the microphone, just fart, or like drop an album with like no music on it. And so you imagine.
He proved it with when him and Drake started first kind of like being open with the disses. With what was that? The poopity scoop.
Yeah, right. It's just like, this is what this so. It's really hard.
Although that's kind of funny when you think about it.
It is.
On one hand, it's
like,
funny.
I can release this.
But the fact that people rocked it, I was like, dog, come on now.
But it just makes it harder for niggas that can rap to actually like get their shit on. But hey, that's just the society we live in. So if you rap, you got to be creative too. But I don't know. I don't think. I'm the answer to that question is who do I think is a better producer? I think Just Blaze makes better beats. I think Kanye is a better producer.
Okay, I feel that.
I feel that. All I'm saying is let's not forget he produced all of Pusha T's album, The one before
Daytona.
You said what?
Daytona.
Produced all of Daytona.
Yeah.
Even though I agree with you.
But he also produced Nas's worst produced album of all time.
True. That's true.
I think that was my biggest problem with that.
Yeah, you're right. Out of one out of 6.
Yeah, that was my problem with that run.
You're right.
Because I felt like he really focused on Daytona and then was like, oh damn, I gotta make a bunch of more music.
I got 2 albums coming out.
And just said, hey.
The biggest he approached Nas like, yo, I'm about to produce the greatest. I'm about to hang you the greatest production you ever rapped on, and that shit was not great, bro.
It was not great, bro.
It wasn't.
The Forgotten Nas album.
Like I can't even believe
people forgot about that album.
Nas probably won't. He won't mention that album. Like he won't. Like that album won't make it to. But once again, the only reason why people will go and reference that album and ever look at it is because it's produced by Kanye. Period.
Yeah.
So imagine if any other human being produced that shit and gave it to Nas.
You're right.
Like rap on this shit.
You're
like
right.
like niggas would be like, get the fuck. So that just kind of shows you, like I said, Kanye can literally. It's hard to gauge because like no one's gonna tell that nigga no.
It's like Drake music. Like when I said Drake's album was terrible, people was like, well, I was like, it's not that great. Like if you popularity doesn't, I mean, when you're popular, when you popping, you could pretty much do almost anything and people will find the art in it.
But you do understand the power that clout holds in 2022.
Bruh, yes, I totally understand.
Yeah, so
I hang around a lot of never mind. I already did one. So
I thought he was gonna jump out there, but okay.
I see how clout does with certain people. I'll be like, wow, really? You'll be around these people because they got money and stuff. You don't even know who that is.
There is a shift that happens where it's just like, oh, okay, that's popular now. Okay, I'll rock that. How do y'all feel? And I think about that because I think about a lot of Houston artists where it's like, so a couple of years ago, I remember I was doing that list for the Houston Press, and I put B King on it, and a number of people were like, B King is done, right? Like, why would you put him on a list? And I was like,
he's done. What you mean?
This was not this last year, but 2 years ago. Yeah, this was. And I was like, I said I think B King's better years are in front of him. And
sounds like all of the strippers in Houston that fucking like are all the
and that's literally why. I was like, Doug, do you see like what's happening? And I'm like, this man has like 10 years worth of hits and he keeps on putting out hits. So I said, look, you don't have to. I said, look, I'm not, and this is not me like, yo, I'm a B King fan. Like I get in the car and I turn on B King.
Nobody does. It's like, but chicks do, like, yes, brunch and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm a B King.
Oh no, he's a B King fan. My brother loves B King.
But that's cool, bro. B King, I mean, he's like the Uncle Luke of Houston.
Exactly. And so that's my thing where I was like,
that nigga's market. Like he did it. Like these little stripper hoes and all of that shit. Like they.
If you around big booty women all the time, what you gonna listen
like
to?
they love his shit. Like, well, like I don't know how to. I don't know, and it's hard to can imagine like monetize the amount of music that your shit is played in a strip club, right? Yes. But like I guarantee you, if B King was able to like monetize all of the times that his songs were played in strip clubs, that nigga would be fucking
probably a billionaire, bro. He'd probably be a billionaire. But that's the ultimate thing. But I said it's funny now. As it, and this is not to say, I mean, B King, I think, has been on a steady trajectory, but it is interesting to watch people when you see it at the end. Like, it's like, you see a plane take off, and then, like, once it's in the sky, then some people look at it like, damn, that plane up there. And it's like, you've seen it go, like, y'all weren't looking.
You've seen it go up.
And it's like, yeah, but he got 2 chains now. And you're like, but it's like, I said, that's not even his best song. I'm not being real with you. So I said, these aren't even his best songs. So you should go back and look. And I said, you got kids on TikTok discovering the music and all that other kind of stuff. How do y'all feel about I feel there's a difference. Well, first of all, do y'all feel there's a difference happening in the Houston music scene at all? That's the first question.
I think Houston has been very diverse and very talented for a long time now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really looking at probably for the last 10 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we'll just like pick up around like 2012. Like in the last 10 years, there's been like a high level of talent, but because there's not a lot of industry here or not a lot of outlets, people aren't even understanding what's going on.
Facts. Yeah.
That's usually how I would put it. Go ahead, Todd.
Nah, like exactly what he said. It's just like, man, it's been so much talent in Houston for years. Like niggas been rapping, niggas that was good that fell off that never got a chance. Niggas is still waiting on their shit. It's just like, but like you said, this is not where typically the industry. It's not like an industry place. It's not like LA or some shit like. But then again, I don't even know what that means anymore because everything is so online based to where it damn near like. Whereas I feel like what he's talking about like years ago, your geography almost doesn't even like come into play these days. It's like what's your TikTok presence like, or what's your online presence like? You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's just getting harder and harder to grow like a grassroots following from the ground up in your town unless you're out there doing shows. You know what I mean? Unless you're out there just like rubbing elbows with people and shit like that. And then also, you know, unfortunately, Houston is kind of one of those places to where like you know, you don't really fuck with somebody unless other people from out of town fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of like that's just you know what it is. But I wouldn't say the Houston music scene is changing. I think it's personally getting better. I think you have niggas like Tizo Touchdown, which is from Beaumont, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like represents all the niggas that you went to high school with, they're just like the weirdo niggas that like have the confidence to do weird shit. Like I think that's cool. Like I feel like there's a lot more people are comfortable expressing themselves musically. And I think that's happening in Houston. And I like that. So
that was gonna be my next question. Cause like, do you feel like there's maybe because that lack of industry, now that the industry is not so much needed, does it feel like, because I'm like, you do see Tizo touchdowns. I've been telling you, I listen to Tisa Korean all the time. Yeah. And that man makes some goofy ass music. He calls it silly. But I was like, dang, it'd be catchy. So, and that's not something I would necessarily be like, yo, I knew I was gonna start listening to Tisa Korean, but it's your jam.
But you also, but like to kind of carry on, not like niggas like Preach, I'll give you an example. Or even niggas like Mickey Woods, or there's a few others. So like you still have your niggas that are not necessarily doing things to showcase how different they are. You still niggas that just like at the root of it are just like lyricists, and they want to make good music and they want to just rap and spit bars over tight beats, right? So you still have that level has never went anywhere. It's always there, right? So ultimately you just have two things happening at the same time. Whereas rapping ass niggas have never left Houston. They've always been to Houston. You know what I mean? If anything, like I will say this, I think the freestyle battle scene making its way down south has definitely opened niggas up to the idea of bars more out here. Where it's just like, you know what I mean? Like before, because a lot of people don't really give battle rap niggas a lot of credit for the amount of creativity and bars that they spit. So the fact that you have like a Houston battle rap scene, it shows you that it's not like these niggas just started rapping like that. It's just that these niggas just seen other niggas. It's like it just kind of made niggas like rear their head and be like, oh, you like this shit too? You like this shit? Like, bro, niggas was having rap battles when I was at U of H in 2004 or 5.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I've said before, I was like, yo, it's 2022. I was like, New York used to be the mecca of lyricism. It's Houston. Yeah. And I stand by it.
Yeah.
Like it's gotta be
there's too many.
Like GodKing Preach. GodKing Preach, when we first heard of him, you were talking about how good he was at rapping. Then I listened to him and I was like, oh shit, this nigga can rap. So when I see him in public and he'd be like, what's up? I'll be like, nigga, you're GodKing, bro.
Right, bro. So like but once again, like Houston has never been known on a large scale for lyricism, like, you know what I mean, like that. And that's just kind of what it is. Like Houston, when you think of Houston culture, is typically the same thing. It's just kind of like the first thing you think of is Screw, and then you think of Purple, and then you think of Double Cups, and then it kind of just kind of goes in that. But it's Houston is just so much bigger than that. Not to take anything away from them, because that's always gonna be there. But you know what I mean? Like there's like a little bit more to Houston than just like Screw culture. And I think that that's what it's important that like projects like this come out, you know, with Preach and, you know, Mickey Will, like all of these niggas that are dropping projects that are not like, yo, like the whole project is like just a giant double cup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'll say even in the project that I have coming with Mickey, and even in this project, like I'm always gonna fucking put, well, that's one thing I'm always gonna do, bro. It's always gonna be some Screw samples in these beats. Now, these beats are not gonna sound like anything that you would imagine a Screw sample being in. So that homage is always there, but it's not as like just the typical forefront of that shit. So,
and I always find it interesting too, because it's like you have this great combination of that typical Houston style that everybody associates Houston with, but you're also still a Houston style where it's like, no, I listen to other types of beats. I'm still gonna put that Houston influence where you're still screwing stuff down, you're still doing those kind of elements to it, but it's like you can do that with this music too, and it works.
My dream collab would be like to hear like nigga like MF Doom and fucking like Screw, or like, you know what I mean, like some shit that you would just never like. I would love to hear like these two niggas just sitting in a room and what they would bang out, like, you know what I mean? And it would be something completely different than what you would expect. So yeah.
And I mean, honestly, Avery, I mean, you said this before when you had your dumb friends. You said you play them Screw music so they could understand the lyrics. Because sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, I don't like that," and then when you screw it down, it's like, "Oh, dog, he was really spitting."
It was like Lupe Fiasco, the Cool. So I was hanging out with like a bunch of drug dealers and football players. I'm not saying these guys were not the brightest guys, but I was like, "Yo, if we're gonna ride, not them in particular. I'm saying we're gonna ride around and smoke. If we're riding around and smoke, I can't listen to Jeezy all why much. I love Jeezy. This is back in the day, and I was like, the Cool came out, and I was like, I'm gonna try something. Played it for him, screwed and shop. To this day, them niggas be like, man, you know what I'm saying? I said Lupe Fiasco was a better lyricist than Lil Wayne, and they thought I was crazy. And I played it. They go,
I used to be the carrier of that flag when I was in college. I was wrong.
I was wrong. Huh? I was wrong now.
I mean, if you compare like Lupe and his peak to like Lil Wayne and his peak,
oh yeah,
that's kind of comparable. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like, I think they're comparable artists. But
when I would play it for him, just specifically like stuff like the Cool or Gold Watch and stuff, and I'm watching them and I'm like, they're going back even to this day. I'll still have copies of it, and I'll be like, that's like, because Lil Keke said this, so it's not me. Lil Keke said on an interview, Screw was not the brightest guy, so he needed his music to be slow so he could understand the words. And when I heard that, I was like, let me pay attention to these niggas, play them their music, which made kind of sense.
That's crazy.
Getting back to even your albums, like your skits, my God, bro. Like even with them being screwed, I forgot what you said on this skit where you, hey guys, like.
Oh, no. When you came in and said, oh, this is the part where I think I'm going to talk off and say something like that, kind of like.
No, I wasn't even trying to keep that. Them niggas was like, yo, you keep that shit. Like, cause I really went in there because I was like, man, I think maybe I had a couple of shots of tequila or something like that, or a beer. I don't know. Whatever it was, it made me feel comfortable to go in the fucking booth in front of a microphone, which, you know what I mean? So I did it, and then I was like, no, I don't like that. And then it was like, nope, I'm keeping that shit. I really didn't even have an option to not keep it at that point. So
perfect.
Yeah, I mean, but once again, it sounded good, and it was just enough of my personality to be in there to blend, because it was just some genuine shit. I was like, yo, I want to talk. I want to say some shit on the album. I want to talk. And then I couldn't think of anything. And then it's just like, nah, bro, I don't want to talk anymore. Like, it's immediately, it's an intimidating thing for a microphone to be in your face and other rappers to be looking at you Like, so what you gonna say, nigga? Hey, cool. Say
You
cool.
didn't try to spit a 16? Like,
fuck no.
Hey,
there's a video that I will send you guys. There's a video of like it was a Red Bull tour we were on a long time ago with Bun B actually, and it was just like a whole bunch of us freestyling in a booth, and I freestyled. So I'll send you guys that video.
Please.
It'll be funny.
Please.
Yeah.
is that where the hatred that Bun had for you began to develop?
Yes, probably.
He was looking at that man like,
yeah,
no bars.
No bars.
Nah, I mean, you're talking about this too, Todd, which is funny. When you're the funny person, people expect you to be on all the time. So you're doing that skit. I'm sure you was like, I'm not even in the mood right now. That's the thing. People don't.
You know what? The other thing too is when you're the funny person, sometimes people laugh. We were at the tipping point. It was somebody doing. It was David's the coffee thing. Todd raised his hand, and everybody just bust out laughing. And I was like, Doug, he hasn't even said anything yet. I was laughing too, but he was like, no, I have like a real question.
everybody just bust out laughing, bro. And that's
like, oh, this funny nigga that ain't got nothing to say.
I totally had something to say, bro. I literally had something to say. And then when I looked around and there was an entire room of people just laughing at me, waiting on me to say something funny, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck this. I don't want to say it anymore.
People don't understand that. People don't understand that.
But that's why niggas used to get in trouble in class, like from people that would just be like, oh, he about to say something funny, and just bust out laughing. And the teacher just look at me. So when I said that shit, the niggas just like, Todd, get the fuck out of here, bro. You ain't about to say nothing serious. Anyways, next question.
No,
I had like a legit question.
They really did. He raised his hand like properly and everything.
Tears of a clown. People don't understand.
Tears of a clown, dog.
Damn, bull. Am I the funny guy? Is this? I'm the funny guy?
Yes.
That sucks.
The show is called.
You have to ask? You didn't know?
No, I mean, it's okay. Cool. I'll take that. I
thought the whole premise of the show, Things with Todd, was you being the funny.
Was it
guy.
serious?
Not necessarily me being funny. Like when I think of the funny guy, I think of like niggas like DC Young Fly or like, you know, like, hey, nigga, look at me. I'm funny. Look at me. Like,
you're not annoying funny. There's a subtlety.
Whoa. This man trying to get the DC Young Fly smoke.
What?
First off, again,
I stand by what I said. I like DC Young Fly. I'm at 85 South. Just
I like him too. But I liked him in his original form, Chris Tucker. But you know, it's cool.
I want the smoke.
First off, that man blatantly said Chris Tucker wanted him to play his son, and I was like, in Friday, and I was like, dang, that's literally perfect because he is you. Like that's it. And
you know who's funny,
and him being with you as well. Actually, I think he's funnier than Chris Tucker because I can only take so much Chris Tucker. I can only take so much DC Young Fly. But I'm like,
I can take more.
I can watch DC Young Fly a little bit longer than I can watch Chris.
But I can tell you who I think is funny. It's like a slapstick comedy nigga, but he's just like really funny. It was that nigga from RDC World, like the nigga who be doing
Mark.
The one that should play the one that should play
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. Yeah, absolutely.
That nigga's funny. That nigga's hilarious, bro. Like that nigga to me is funny. So like when people say me, like I'm the funny guy. I just think I'm the guy that hates everything, and maybe people think that's funny, because like,
yes,
a lot of stuff. This is like, yes,
true.
I agree with this nigga's memes so much on Instagram, bro. It's crazy.
But that's why we identify, because the thing is, I came in and people be like, "You funny." I'll be like, everything you said about the pandemic, I have turned into the same thing. I'm like, I'm becoming less like people talk to me still like, "Oh, you're the most outgoing person." I'm like, I am, but at the same time, I know you're a dick. Like, you're here for clout. And it's like, but I get over that because, hey, I prayed for this. So Jesus, thank you for the show.
I appreciate that outgoingness, because that means I don't have to talk to people. And
that's I know. Look, when we be in
public, tell you, like when I wrote those albums of the year articles, nobody DM'd me. Nobody. not a one person DM.
DMs was
he was like, "Dog, man, niggas is angry." I was like, "Really?"
Phil.
I checked my phone. I was like,
bro,
nobody has said anything to me. He's like, they all talking to me.
They talk to me.
I was like,
go places. You see it when we go places. I work the room. I don't remember nobody. I'll say it here. I don't remember nobody. And then Devon cleans it up. I just work there. I'll be like, all right.
If you ever want to shake up some shit, nigga, put out your own personal top 10 list of anything.
Yeah.
I did that before. I put out a top. We went on a podcast and put out a top 25. I had Slim Thug as number 7 and Nelly as number 10. And people were mad.
They were actually pretty upset. It was funny.
Because Devon made his list. I go, that's the list. That's my fucking brother. That's the list that I would make. But I was like,
he was like, nah, he goes, nah, we need to get some views.
We did it.
He put that Nelly in number 10, and dudes went, Nelly.
And I argued, and I'm able to.
No, I think I remember this list, bro. I think I may have been one of them niggas like why
you
are you doing that? Like, why are you?
I can argue people down. When you listen to music now, don't they sound like Nelly in some shape or form?
So I will say this:
you don't hear the sing song. You don't hear the sing.
No. We were talking about Jack Harlow, and you were talking about like who listens to Jack Harlow. And I remember being in college, and my college roommate and I we were living in New Orleans, and we went down to Bourbon Street. And we never usually go down to Bourbon Street. You live in New Orleans long enough, you just don't go down there no more. And we were out there, and the opening like chord to Hot in Here came on. It was like, dun, dun. And God, first of all, y'all been to Bourbon Street. It's just a sea of white people. Right? It was like the Pied Piper, like something connected with all of them on the street. And it was like, and everybody stopped, and then this one country dude literally went, hot in here. And but I swear at that point, I genuinely think me and him were the only two black people on the street. And we kind of looked at each other like, dog, what is happening? And that beat dropped, and it was a lot of offbeat dancing.
What's the song for black people that you think that is generationally like, all right, like just say back that ass up, right?
Just like, back that ass up there.
For the original before I let go.
Before I let go.
So for white people, like
Ice Ice Baby.
If you play it for the same, and it's the same crowd, just like you play that Black Eyed Peas song, like I got a feeling that
that's a good one.
That shit, right? Also, Hot in Here, like Hot in Here is white people favorite song.
I feel like for black people, also, what's that Boosie song? Set This Bitch Off. Yeah. That's a good song for black people. That's a good song.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, bro, like I've seen like, and once again, this is speaking from a perspective of a DJ that's DJ'd in like a lot of like white kind of leaning establishments where I got to play like shit that I would never listen to in a million years. Basically, just play here on the radio. And it's certain songs, bro, like because you get the perspective of seeing an entire sea of people like just go lose their shit because you played Nelly, like, you know what I mean?
That's not what the Nelly slam.
Like if you do the like white chicks also like that. I like Big Bus and I Cannot Lie. Like that's
yeah, they love that.
They
love that.
My Posse's on Broadway. Yeah, 2 songs.
I don't understand this. I don't understand it, but like, yeah, dog.
That's just
they know very few black songs, so they like gravitate towards those because that's it. That's what they've learned. This is what I know about black people. That's it. And then all of Eminem's catalog, every single Eminem song ever.
Don't y'all think though, like when niggas like Kendrick Lamar drops albums, it kind of creates a culture shift a little bit to where like people start to. Like people want to go back and like listen to Preach more. People want to go back and like it kind of like gives like when niggas like Kendrick Lamar drop, it makes people like more thirsty or hungry to like hear content, like actual content.
People. Yeah, I feel like people act smart for a bit and then they just go back to being dumb again.
Absolutely, but that's because like nothing consistently is happening. Like so, like I remember. Back when like TDE, like when they would drop, like Kendrick would drop and the Schoolboy would drop and then Isaiah Rashad would drop and then so like you were getting like constant like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like you
had J. Cole on the other side, you was getting a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But then who comes? Drake will come out and go, fuck that nigga that you love so much, and it will blow like everything. That nigga released "I'm Too Sexy." That's a terrible song. That song was gone in a month. It was gone in a month, and everybody thought I was an asshole for saying this was trash. It was gone in a month.
Like, he's already like surpassed like Michael Jackson and like Elvis and all the other people with all that shit. So it just
when that nigga said.
Although I will say, I mean, when people be like such and such surpassed, like I always feel like I'm like, you need to be able to count like album sales, but you should also count them like there should be like, oh, like when album sales was physical. Like when people had to physically go to us, like when people are like, yo, DMX went platinum on 2 albums in the same year. I was like, yeah, and people like went to the store and lined up
bought the most,
to get the album. Like this ain't I just streamed it.
And
like,
another point
go.
Even if you, but think about if you counted Michael Jackson's pure album sales against these streaming numbers, like he would blow that shit out of the water.
Exactly.
Even with with the DMX, right? The DMX did it two times in a year, right? DMX album came out. I remember I was in 8th grade. It came out in like May. I bought that album. The next album came out in December. He went platinum in the year, bro.
Yeah.
Like within 6 months.
In that same year.
So he had a month really to go platinum. Yeah. And he did it in like 2 weeks. Bro.
And I feel like that takes a lot. But then I think it also showcases where it's like when you go back and you see like Michael Jackson shows or like DMX at Woodstock, that's like unfathomable. Like it's like, dog, look how many people are there. And arguably, like, there are artists here that put out, like NBA Youngboy put out a lot of music. And a lot of people listen to NBA Youngboy.
I do.
I don't think that we would see that level. Like NBA Youngboy ain't having that many people at Woodstock. That kind of thing. It's just it's a different kind of feeling.
You said what, Preach?
I think if he did a show, like, because he doesn't do shows, but then his fan base is weird though. Like,
I'm gonna tell you this.
My brother-in-law is like 18 and he's an NBA Youngboy fan, but he was like, he doesn't get the concept of a concert.
Youngboy came down here, did a concert at what's that place with Hard Rock? Revention Center. It's the Revention Center, right? Yeah. Okay, so we were trying to, okay, it's a Youngboy show. He hasn't done shows. I'm like, I'll go cover the show. I reached out to the Revention Center like usual, but they didn't respond for a while, which was kind of weird. Reached out again, and they're like, "Oh, this is not our show. They just rented out the place." I was like, "They rented it out?" And they're like, "Yeah, they rented it out. You just got to contact his people." So I contacted his people. Finally got a number on his people. They were like, "Yeah, this is us. We'll get back to you." They never really got back to me. One of the photographers went up there on the day of the show. They're like, "I just want to see what this is about." Because we also were still talking to the people at the Revention Center. The Revention Center people were like, "I don't even know if this show gonna happen because he ain't got no pre-sale tickets. He ain't got no nothing. Like, he's probably gonna cancel." So the photographer kind of went up there, basically get ready to take pictures of look at this NBA Youngboy show that got canceled. All right, they called me. They was like, "Yo, there's a line of kids all the way around the Revention Center and then going down blocks." They showed up on the day of the show and paid cash. And sold out the Revention Center. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So when he be saying y'all don't understand my numbers, I was like, yeah, you can't quantify what he's doing because you're trying to look at it in the old way. Nah, this dude don't pre-sale stuff. He just drop it and it's like, y'all show up. And then that's it.
Yeah. That is wild.
My homegirl is a huge fan of his, so that's the only reason why if I'm over there, it's constant Youngboy.
Yeah.
So it grew up. I was like, bro, that man be putting out music.
I don't get it twisted. I listen to not necessarily Youngboy, but I like even just my brain is split when it comes to the music. So you got that obviously rap shit, but then sometimes I just like to go just pure. Y'all ever listen to Splurge?
No, I'm writing all these.
Now I got.
It's funny. It's just it's like the bare minimum at an attempt of making music, but this shit just I don't know. It makes me bob my head.
What's the genre of music?
Splurge, rap.
Yeah.
It's like a young 19-year-old kid who's just yo, my homeboy made these beats on his phone.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? It's just it's like the complete opposite of what I advocate for in general. But it's still just like.
But I said I like that kind of stuff. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, everything can't be just one thing. And when it comes to like when we started this, we were saying, it's called In My Humble Opinion. We rarely give opinions, but we did say it's in my humble opinion because I'm like, so the music is your opinion. You can have an opinion that I don't like, but your opinion ain't wrong when it comes to art. I'm telling you right now, if you like that picture, if you like that music, if you like that rapper, if you like that whatever, you're not wrong. I'd be like, Doug, I don't listen to that at all. I don't care what you do.
I did see a meme that said not liking Kendrick Lamar's new album is a character flaw. And I do kind of agree with that.
You not like it?
Like, I do feel like that because I completely agree with you, Devon, but I do feel like that there are certain things, like even in sports, right? Like, is Tom Brady up for debate? No.
Okay.
No, he's not. Not with 7 goddamn Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
Is Michael Jordan up for debate? Like, you know what I mean? It's just certain characters that you just not up for the debate. Like,
with that, I would say, like, if I was somewhere and somebody was like, Doug, LeBron James is trash. Like, he's the worst in basketball.
People say that.
But people do say that. And there used to be a point where I'd be like, no, you're wrong. And we go back and forth. And you know what never happened? They never changed their mind. It's like, so now when you go, if somebody goes, oh, LeBron James is trash, or Kendrick Lamar just puts out horrible music, I just go, okay, yeah. I probably won't be taking your musical taste or your sports taste.
And even people that say, like, I was talking about Trump supporters, like delusional Trump supporters and shit. It's like a part of them knows that they're wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's not for me to try to convince you or to try to show you. My job is not to take you to the water to hopefully you'll drink. This is like, nah, bro. Like, you're just like, fuck it, all right, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I guess, but that shit made me laugh because it's like. Now, I don't really believe that people that don't like Kendrick Lamar's music is a character flaw, but I do feel like that, like, if you can't acknowledge, even if you don't like me, right? Like Timbaland, I hate this nigga's beats, but I just acknowledge I acknowledge the greatness there. Like, so if you can't do that with certain shit, it's just like, bro, you know.
Well, now that we know that, again, Todd does not like Timbaland, let's just go ahead and get that out. And we're going to really keep on stressing that. Let people know where they can find the two of you and just, tell them tell them where to find y'all online and everything.
Well, you can find me online at GodKing Preach, everything spelled just like that. If you want to type me into your streaming services, it's the same way. Just fuck with me, man. I got some merch for sale. I did some limited edition shit, so I got about 4 hoodies left.
You got one of my size, bro?
What you wear? Like a
1X,
2X?
2X.
Yeah, I got a 2X.
You got a 2X?
I got a 2X.
I'm gonna need to grab one of those.
No 3Xs, huh? That's cool.
I had one and a chick bought it.
Bro, you know what's crazy? The price difference between the 2X and the 3X. It's like, it's offensive almost. It's like, really? Y'all really use $4 more for more fabric? Really? Look at that extra. Things With Todd is my Instagram. That's where you can find me. I'm there.
And Golden Triangle dropping June 2nd.
And Golden Triangle. Shout out to Mickey Woods, man. And Golden Triangle dropping June 2nd. Me and Preach got more music on the way. It's literally just as easy as me sending this nigga a folder of beats, and then I'll get back a folder of songs. So, new shit coming, I guess. Is that what they say? Like, new shit on the way.
That's usually what they say.
That's go listen to Lord Have Mercy. It's really good. It's, if you have any type of disdain with religion at all in general, this will give you a good laugh and it's good listening.
And shout out to Say Black being on being on the what's that? Y'all had Say Black as the
album cover.
On the album cover.
Yeah.
I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, his brother shot that, man. Yeah. His brother did
Black
that
Jesus,
shit.
boy. He know
man. Shout out to him, man. I'm gonna be looking for his work on the cover of fucking Time magazine or some shit like that one day. He gonna catch one of them action pics, bro.
Yeah.
It's going, but yeah, and that's pretty much it. So June 2nd.
June 2nd.
Mercy.
Our father's birthday, June 2nd. That's
awesome.
That'll be cool. That's right.
Cool.
Look at you. And, he's our biggest fan. He's gonna listen to this. All the
I guess.
Yeah, he ain't gonna. We recorded for 2 hours and 14 minutes. He ain't gonna make it this deep. My dad listens to the first 20 minutes and then he starts texting us. By the way, what did you do about this? I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about?
It is.
I will say though, if we can get a vinyl for this project though, if we could start getting some pre-orders and that'll be dope too. So
I got you. If y'all do pre-orders, I'm definitely down. My brother calls me pretentious, and I am, because I like vinyl. Even though vinyl's coming up, eventually it won't be pretentious, but yeah, I'll definitely pick this up.
But it is what it is, man. We really want to thank you guys for coming out and staying in, as I say. I mean, once again, this has been In My Humble Opinion. You guys have always been great. It's always a pleasure to have people come through. Humbly yours. Avery, like very nice guys. My brother, Just Devon, H-Town. It's too sweet, people. H-Town is too sweet. Bye.
All right, y'all.
All right.